Good morning. Today is Monday, August the 7th. The time right now in Singapore is 11:16 in the morning. And today we're going to do a little bit of catch up on last Friday's activity. We can see that on equity markets in the States, we have the Dow Jones continuing to slide basically in the second half of trading on Friday. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average Futures basis, the micro E-mini Dow has actually traded to a low of 35,118 and closes at 35,254. Now, this set the stage for further losses going ahead until the CPI is released on Thursday. So from now until the CPI release, we have 3 working days. So basically, the market is probably going to take some profit along the way before this release of this important inflation number. But in the meantime, there is a possibility of a minor rebound. If we can see a rebound back to just above 35,350 to 400 levels, I think that will be the last levels in which to anchor a short before the market target 34,500, which is my immediate target, with an alternate target at 33,856. But right now, I think we are going to focus on this primary target at 34,500. So this is what I think is going to happen going forward in the following days. And in the S&P 500 basis, the micro E-mini S&P 500, we also saw the market actually sold off in the second half of Friday's trading to as low as 4,493.25. And I do expect a little bit of a bounce going into today's trading before the market unravels to target possibly 4,410 levels, which is this line over here. So this is my outlook for the time being. And in the Nasdaq 100 basis, the micro E-mini Nasdaq 100 contracts, the market has already traced out a very neat 3-wave pullback, and if nothing else, this should be the end of the corrective pullback. However, if the market continues to decay, it may actually target the 15,000 levels, but again, that is probably the strongest of the 3 major equity index going forward. So if I have to sell, probably I won't be selling the Nasdaq 100 because the structure here does suggest at the end of a simple pullback in the 3-wave structure. So the market may actually rebound. So we will have to see what happens in the Nasdaq 100. But for the S&P 500 and the Dow, I'm basically a little bit more bearish than the Nasdaq 100. Over in Asia, we can see that prices this morning attempts to rally. Last week, we have a low of 19,350 in the Hang Seng futures contract. In the near term, if we do get a bounce, at most, I think the market will try is the 20,000 levels before the market unfolds to the downside towards the 18,800 to possibly as low as 18,600. So I think near term, I am a little bit more bearish in the Hang Seng Index, although I do not rule out another rally attempt going to the 20,000 levels. Over in the Shanghai Composite Index, we can see that the market opens with a gap down this morning. Again, I have no clear view as to where the market is heading, because the market has also traced out a very neat 3-wave towards the 3,322 levels, with the possibility it may actually attempt to rally again. But again, we have to see how the structures unfolds in the days ahead. Right now, I'm maintaining a neutral outlook as far as the Shanghai Composite Index is concerned. And over in the Japanese Nikkei Index, you can see the market attempt to rally this morning, and we have a bit of a rally going on as we are speaking. Current price is at 32,180 in the futures contract, and this could unfold into a 3-wave targeting 32,600 to 32,800 levels. So do watch out for the possibility of an extended rally beyond the 32,290 that we saw last week. Okay, but by and large, I do expect prices to come back down, targeting somewhere in the 31,200 to as low as 30,700 range. Okay, and over in the dollar index, we can see the futures contract led by the ICE dollar index futures may actually attempt to rally. We have a bit of a bounce going on right now after market traded to a low on Friday at 101.55, and if there's going to be a bounce, I suspect the market at 102.10 to 102.25 levels may actually be a cap before the market attempts to extend its decline lower towards the 101 level. So in the near term, I am a little bit biased to the downside for the dollar index, but by and large, I do expect the dollar index to continue to strengthen over time. So I see this as a technical pullback in the dollar index. So in the major currency itself, we can see that the euro dollar has actually rebound off the low here at 109.12, which we saw on Thursday last week, and the market traded to a high of 110.40, and right now we are seeing a bit of a pullback. I suspect this pullback is going to be temporary, targeting the 109.80 levels before the market target higher at 110.95 to as high as 111.40 levels. So again, this is very small trading range. Basically, it is a corrective pattern. So if you are keen to even trade this, you can actually take these two levels as a guide, but by and large, it is a corrective move here. Okay, over in sterling, we also see the bounce coming off last Thursday low at 126.20, and I do suspect market is going to pull back a little bit later on in the afternoon to probably to 127 levels, or maybe just marginally below that before the market target higher at 129 levels. So by and large, this is also part of a corrective pattern. So if you don't like to trade corrective pattern, maybe you should step aside and just watch. Okay, and over in Aussie versus the dollar, the market is currently trading into a bracket of prices. It has traded into this bracket of prices, which I deem to be quite vulnerable to further selling interest. The level is 0.66 to 0.6640 levels. Last week we see the market actually went up to 0.6610 thereabout before it comes back down, but now market is attempt to go up higher again, and if it cannot overcome it, I suspect the market is going to come back down again below the 0.65, possibly targeting the 0.64 target, which I have in mind here. Over in the dollar yen is quite interesting. The market has actually come down from 143.90 levels and dropped to as low as 141.50, and then right now I do suspect the market may actually attempt to rally, possibly up to 142.70 to 143 levels before it unravels big time to challenge the 137.20 low that we saw, possibly even extending to a low of 136, perhaps even as low as 134.20. So this is going to be a big move in the dollar yen. So if you have to pick a currency pair to trade, I think the odds in the dollar yen actually offers a lot more excitement and opportunity, okay, rather than the European currencies pair. Okay, in dollar Canadian, now this is a bit of a dilemma. Right now the market actually went to a high of 133.90 and then pulled back down before it rallied back into to close Friday at the highest since we have seen in mid-July. So this complicates the outlook a little bit. Not sure, right now I'm maintaining a neutral outlook. I'm not sure what to make out of this late rally in the dollar Canadian, but by and large I do favor before this rally back into the 133.80 levels. I suspect the market is probably going to come down, but now I'm not too sure about this, so maybe I'll just watch. And in the energy markets, we can see the market actually tried to test the April 12 high of $83.34. Now, in energy markets, the market tends always have a tendency to do fake move, meaning to say the market know where are the swing high and swing low, and sometimes it will try to breach that in the hope to hunt for stops, and if they can't find any significant stop, the market will reverse direction. So this time I suspect the same thing may actually happen again. There's a pivot point here at $83.34, so I suspect the market will actually attempt to take this level out, and then let's see what happens after that. If the market swings back down again, that could be the fake move that I'm talking about, and this could set the stage for further losses. Initially 70 cents, perhaps to as low as $73.85. So I would love to reestablish my long position at a much lower level, and currently definitely not above $80. I'm going to look for levels to reposition my longs, ideally at the $74 onwards, downwards basically. Okay, so do watch out for that possibility of a pullback here. And in the precious metal complex, we can see that the gold prices actually went slightly below my target range of $1,929 to as low as $1,925 before you have a major upside bar here for further gains in the days ahead. As the market goes into tonight's trading, I suspect the market may pull back a little bit. So use this 50% as a guide if you are going to, if you're not already positioned. So maybe this will be a good guide for you, because the 50% mark is also very often seen in markets here. So if the market ever pull back $1,936 thereabout, I think that will be a great level to reposition longs if you have not already gone long, and place your stop just below this low here at $124.90. Sorry, $1,924.90, and then gun for the a breach of this higher and $1,987.40. I am even more bullish than that. I actually target a move back to the $2,020 thereabout. So possibly of a larger degree three-wave rally here. So this could be quite interesting if you are looking to buy precious metals. Now, silver is also looking very bullish right now in the short term. We have a low at $23.24 on Friday, and this is also similar to what we saw in the gold market. We have an outside bar here, and if the market pulls back 50% of this entire rise here, there's a good chance that we may actually, for those who have not already bought, maybe to consider buying at those levels, and that level is $23.56. If the market pulls back, currently we are sitting just above that level. So if you do not want to split hair, you can go in and buy about now, and then hope that the market will actually take out $25.27. I have a target somewhere at $26.50. Okay, so do watch out. This is going to be quite a big chunky move here, and this is setting the stage for dollar weakness going forward. And in cryptocurrencies, I think the market is basically accumulating. The market has a mysterious move last week itself. We have a very brief drop below 29,000 to 28,700 thereabout, and then we have a very sharp reversal back to 30,122 before it lost 80% of its entire gain, and then it consolidated over the weekend. I think the market is basically basing for a big move, and if the market can close above 30,122 the next time, I think it's going to gun for at least 32,000. Is as high as at least the primary target is 32,800, but I'm a little bit more bullish than that. I'm thinking the market has a possibility of gunning all the way to 35,000 thereabout. So actually the market is setting up for a big move in cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. Okay, again, these are my opinion. It may not actually turn out the way I think it would, but this is something that you can actually take a look at. In the meantime, that's all I have for you, and tomorrow I'll come back with another update. Bye bye, take care.